Well, welcome to our new park build, which is based around fossil formations. Currently, there's a storm that started in the island generator, which is a new occurrence that we've never seen before. Very interesting. This is the island we've generated. We've got good building area. We've got some fun hills around the outside, and this little canyon here between these two land masses that we can probably do something fun with at some point. All right, so we're going to be playing with a lot of little house rules in this park build. So we're doing 12 paleontological formations, 2 per continent, except for Australia and Antarctica, where we're doing 1 each. And these are going to be basically picking a formation and using only animals from that formation, and then making a single exhibit for that formation for those animals. We're going to be building like a real zoo again. We're going to try to keep the exhibits small and visible from first person mode. We're going to nickname every animal. We're going to give every animal a shelter. We're going to give every animal enrichment. That's the idea. We're gonna implement some house rules as if the animals had a little bit of extra features in terms of their environmental needs that they don't actually have, sort of. We're theming our skins to the continents. So every skin in this game, you wouldn't know this, by the way, because they removed the database from JWE3. So I had to boot up JWE2 to go to the database to look up the skins to figure out which animal they were based on to see where those animals come from because they removed the database. But yeah, every skin is the same as they were in JWE2, and so those are actually from a specific animal. We will explicitly not be using Hell Creek Formation or Morrison Formation. We are going to stay away from the really obvious popular formations. Also, we've literally done a Hell Creek Park build before, so that's why we're not doing that. So we're going to be doing some formations specifically to use some of the newer animals as well. Well, we have an Antarctica exhibit, Cryo, so you can probably expect Cryo to make it into the park. Also, we'll be using a few animals as stand-ins for each other, or animals that are maybe dubiously present in a formation. And so we'll get to that. We'll also be exploiting aviary glitches, which I've never done before. And finally, we have modded park ratings. So we're playing for 30 species with some increased income and guest numbers, so above Jurassic settings, and 90% income tax as well. And I've turned off contracts, because contracts are fundamentally broken, as we saw by the 100% income tax park mode. As long as contracts exist in the game, you have infinite money. It's just, you cannot play with contracts enabled if you want any difficulty. It's just not an option. All right, I'm going to let this storm run out and get some starting infrastructure put in, and then we can get going. Oh, also, one last thing. Random dig sites as well, so we don't know which animals we're going to start with. So that'll be fun, too. After much deliberation, this is what we got. We've got a basic little hub area for our science buildings. This is intended to eventually be a backlot hidden area, but for now we're going to start with an arrival point so we can get animals started. We got a little geothermal generator station here. We're going to do geothermal power for this. And I decided, since we're using a lot of the new stuff from the DLC, we should probably use the InGen buildings from Rebirth with this like grass-covered aesthetic. We've gotten a control center from the workshop that matches the aesthetic, and I slapped a few plants on the roof because it's funny. To make it look a little different. There's some tree that sprouted there. I think that's cool. Our generator is over here if you follow the path, which for some reason feels obligated to delete the trees. You can actually see where it is because it deletes all the vegetation, which is, why does it do this? This sucks. But yeah, the geothermal generator is up here in this nook on the mountain, which feels fun, but may actually be way too hard for maintenance to get to. We'll see. So yeah, let's go to here. Atrociraptor, Pachycephalosaurus, Dimetrodon, Velociraptor, Gallimimus, and Deinocheirus. Who called Deinocheirus? We did get it in the randomizer. Okay, well, it looks like starting with Gallimimus and Deinocheirus might be the thing to do. If we do that, we're doing Nemet Formation as our starting location. That seems fine to me. Alright, yeah, Nemet. For logistics, $255,000. That might not be too bad. I will take you. Get in my pocket, logistics specialist. I'm not even going to look for anybody else. We're just going to jump right in. All right. First expedition is away. So, while that is happening, the consideration is if we put in a placeholder exhibit or we actually try to build. Let me think about this briefly. So, we're building a placeholder exhibit for our initial start. And then once we've got some animals out and we're making money enough that we feel like we can start to expand, we're going to move them. So I think what we're doing is we're going to lay this park out by continents, essentially. This is going to be Antarctica. And then we'll have Australia like over here on this other side of the mountain. We'll wrap up to Asia over here. And then Europe. And then the New World will be over here on this side. So maybe this plateau is North America. And then South America is this corner down here. That might work. It even kind of has a South America shape to it. Because it comes down to this point. I kind of like that. That's kind of fun. And honestly, the plateau is vaguely North American, right? Because this is like the Hudson Bay. Greenland or something. Coming down to a point again, kind of. I like it. I like it. This plateau is North America. It's decided. I'm committed. So yeah, we'll move our exhibit all the way over here then at some point. And then we'll put in like a new entrance over by the Asia exhibit, I think. So maybe the entrance goes in over here with like the primary visitor facilities. And that'll be where we start the actual guest part of the park. And we'll leave our backlot stuff tucked way over here. We'll put in a path for now, then eventually we'll like hyperloop it so it's not even on like the main park area. We're going to do a lot of moats, I think, in this park build explicitly. I want the park to feel more zoo-like, not just in terms of like small exhibits and how you decorate things, but also in terms of how you view the animals. So we might try and cheat visibility by using hotels so we don't have to use viewing galleries. And then we can do moats with paths right by the moat so that theoretically the guest could just look over the moat and see the animal. Something like that. But for now, we're just going to go with fences because this is just going to be placeholder stuff. So that's fine. This is maybe good. And this like section and gap there. We'll do like this. Come over here a bit. That should work. Very tight space initially, but this shouldn't last too long. We should start making money decently quick, I hope. Especially given that we don't have power upkeep because we got the geothermal. If only we had functioning bridges for Antarctica. Yeah, we'll have to maybe cheat it or do hyperloop stuff or something. We'll figure it out. We could do like path connections only for places that have land bridges. So we could connect like Africa to Europe and Asia, and then have like hyperloops to Australia and Antarctica. But then same with like North and South America being connected, but only accessible by hyperloops to the other continents. That could be a fun way to do it, maybe. We'll think about it. Well, for now, we just got to get this dig done. Well, there's our first batch. So, a nice rebate on money. That's actually pretty important. Now, one problem is going to be that we're going to get a lot of animals mixed together because we rolled 3 species from the same dig site, which is a little bit of a problem. We can get 78% Gallimimus. Only 47 Dinocheiras, so we got to start with the galleys. Okay. So if I go here, I should be able to check the stats for synthing the galley, right? 3? Okay. So 3 genetics, 3 welfare. Shove all your money-making carnivores together. Yeah, maybe it could be meta. Who knows? A 3-3 genetics welfare generalist actually might be really good right now. That would keep it down a bit. Although 22 upkeep, 1-4 upkeep. So like 2 altruistics is actually more expensive than him, so it is probably better to grab him. Ooh, genetic specialist though. That's very tempting. I kind of want Dorothy. I could do Dorothy and then the altruistic. I think long-term Dorothy might make sense, even though she's expensive. And then we grab the cheapo altruistic salary. Also, okay. Random hot take worker class solidarity moment. Altruistic salary, like that concept is very ridiculous. Like, she just doesn't want as much pay because she's nice. That's ridiculous. It should be like easily exploited. Traits easily exploited reduces salary. Or like scammed in an interview. All right, let's get. No, we need the fossils still. Already have them selected. A little bit of Gallimimus action. Now, I think we might have enough to go back to the field. 255. It's probably worth it. Let's just send them back out. So, the skins in the game correspond to animals from specific genetic regions. Specific geographic regions. But they're not evenly distributed across all the continents. So there's like an overabundance of the base skin colors that are North American. And then there's obviously not a skin color for Antarctica here. So we're going to have to like shuffle them around a little bit. So what I've decided to do for Asia is Quillian Mountains and Yukon. Because the Yukon, you know, is just a hop, skip, and a jump across the ocean from Asia, right? In northern Canada, kind of makes sense. And then for, where's Quillian Mountains? I don't remember where this one is. Well, anyway, we got to decide which one to use for which. So let me think about that. All right, I've decided our Nemет formation is going to be a mountain valley formation, tying into Quillian being a mountain range in northern China. That's the idea. So we're kind of marry the formation with the inspiration for the skin, right? So Quillian. We're gonna do. Should we do random patterns? Yeah, let's do randomized patterns with a fixed base skin. I like that idea for both the males and the females. That way we're still kind of able to look through and find ones that look interesting. And then we have infinite lifespan in this park, and juveniles don't age, so we don't need lifespan. So that's just going to be it. Get our first wave out, and then we can finish up the genome for the subsequent waves once we're profitable. So, we got our initial wave. The initial wave is... Wait, they're all Rana. Did these not randomize correctly? No. My bad. I botched it. Did I like... What did I do? Wait, how did these not randomize patterns? How did I mess that up? Oh, I didn't favor it. I did random favorite instead of random because I didn't want the blanks, but I didn't actually set the favorites. That's what I did. My bad. Whoops. Yell at me in the comments. Tell me I'm a bad man. Okay. Well, we'll just mix up. We'll take like a couple of females and a couple of males, just that way they have slightly different looks to them. These aren't bad by any means. I mean, they're just white and black galleys at the end of the day. I don't think it matters which ones we do, female and male. All right, there we go. Nice set of fossils. More rebates, which are welcome. They're cheap ones, though, unfortunately. Do we finish the galleys? Do we just go straight for the Dinokairos? I mean, these are only 2s, so we could do like that. Or we throw out the 2 and take in a raptor. That's no good. We could do this. Yeah, let's do this. 442. 700k. Dare I go back? I think we'll go back one more time. Gallimimus. Well, there it is. Wow, you got teeth, bud. I don't like you having teeth. Anyway, when are we going to get the Toothless Gallimimus variant? Asking the real questions. Okay, I forgot that you guys need an insane amount of ground leaf for no reason. Brother, come on, man. Oh yeah, I'm overdoing it because they haven't spread. I forgot. I was thinking PK. I was PK brained for a second. I'm like, why are they not growing? Why is it not increasing? Because I'm on PK mode. All right, we got that out of our system though. That's good. Oh yeah, and we got this mod for tiny water, itty bitty water brush. Because I was really sick and tired of the giant water brush. So we've modded that away. You can find that on the Nexus mods on the workshop. Highly recommend it. Wetland slop time. Where is the... Yes. Cypress swamp brush.
A comfortable dinosaur is one that's significantly easier to manage.
There we go.
Keeping them content should be a priority.
Let's get some basic infrastructure in here. I don't think I'm going to customize any of these right now because we are not going to keep them anyway. So we're just going to slap them in. Maybe not to the degree that they overlap with the other buildings. You wish you had that mod for console? Dude, I don't know why the water brush is so ungodly big. It's wild. We also have, with this mod, protect terrain and raise water. So you can adjust the height the water spawns at without having to adjust the terrain first. And you can set it so the water doesn't get removed, or the terrain doesn't get removed by the water and vice versa. It's actually pretty sick. Like using Tempeskia for wetland exhibits since it looks like cypress trees. Well, we got cypress trees right there. But yeah, adding Tempeskia so it kind of blends in with the cypress would be definitely an option. We'll think more about the vegetation and the layout of the exhibit. This is another thing I want to do in this park build. I want to actually make the exhibit itself look like something instead of just a flat land with some plants slapped in. So we're going to try some different designs to the actual like geography of the enclosures. But this one is temporary, so we're not doing anything crazy with it. That's the idea there. All right. Can we support an amenity? Can I start making monies? All right. Green, white, and a little bit of yellow. So green, white and green, a little bit of yellow. Wait. This UI is awful, by the way. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So we are profitable by 14K? What the? Really? We're making that much money already? All right, sure. Income tax is set to kick in early as well. Not just be expensive, but also immediately ramp up to 90% and kick in essentially immediately. So that should be fun. White and green. And this should be you. Terrain brushes get smaller. Why the fuck does water not? Yeah, I just assume it's an oversight. I legitimately just assume, like, they forgot. We should probably pause. Ooh, okay, wait. Let's see where we're at on money. Who would have thought Gallimimuses would be such a popular species, right? We're profitable. And it's climbing, so it's not even sorted out exactly. Thank you for the follow, JK Boom. I appreciate it. Name him John. Oh yeah, we do need to name these guys. We can definitely name one John. All right, let's start with Galley 4. You will be John. And then we need to like theme the rest of them around that somehow. But I like it. We'll figure it out. Okay. So I think let's put in. No, we should just put in the amenity. I was debating putting in a ranger station first to get photo money going, but these will just make more money anyway. So these are better. Green, and white. Okay, then almost out of cash, but we can get a response facility in, so we should. The question is, I didn't really leave myself much space. Can I? Don't like that. I think we can put it there if we move this. Halo characters? That could technically work. Okay, we're just gonna overlap that with some stuff. It's fine. Just build it compactly. Name one of the galleys Tim, because I know the funny code. We could, okay. We can roll with that. John and Tim, and we can name them after Jurassic Park characters, but their first names only. So we can do like Alexis and well, I guess it would be like probably Ellen, but I don't actually know if it is Ellen, so we'll go with Ellie. So all right, Ellie, Alexis, John, and Tim. There we go. We figured it out. We'll do an Alan when we get some more in there. Okay. And then yes, I was putting in a ranger station. So I do want to try and like nickname theme every exhibit too, not just like, or maybe every animal, every species will have a theme with their nicknames, I think. I think that would just be kind of fun. It's gonna expand out the cliffside, and I don't really want to do that. Do I just do this? I think we just do this. It's kind of crap, but it'll work for now. None of this is gonna stay. Well, none of the guest building stuff's gonna stay. And I guess we just put in a gate here. Yeah, it could be other things. It could be Elizabeth, you're right. Let's just leave it as Ellie. Does this tree have a... This stump has a hitbox? Why does this stump have a hitbox? That one doesn't have a hitbox there. That does. Wait. It has a hitbox back here, though. The hitbox is way over there. Weird. Anyway. Nah, I don't want to mix nicknames between different species. So if the nickname theme for the galleys is going to be Jurassic Park characters' first names, then we're going to do that only for the Gallimimuses. Do any of the other brushes have hitboxes? Because this is annoying, actually, to like drive through this exhibit. The concrete foliage is very inconsistent. Interesting. Let's go ahead and put in a ranger station that we don't have to keep up on the status checks. And then let's check our fossils. We made no money. That is not what I wanted to see. I was hoping for maybe another platinum piece or something there would have been nice. Now let's watch the cash. 148.9. Are we actually gaining or losing? Also, we might need a hotel. 145. We're losing money currently. Hey, you on Twitch and YouTube. Right on. Everybody should watch on both. It helps. 141. Yeah, we're just bleeding money. Okay, so. Oh yeah, profit's now negative. What happened? Expenses increased. Why? %90 accommodation. We aren't quite at path capacity. I thought we already had the scientist hired, but maybe not. Maybe this was the ranger team. Let's take a look. Will breeding be a thing or not? Just because it's a cop out for rating. So we're gonna do a little breeding where I feel like I want juveniles for one reason or another. We will breed juveniles, but they cannot grow up. We have permanent juveniles on. Hey, Tree Tag, how's it going? Okay, so economics, finances. So, oh, income tax kicked in as well. So income tax is sapping away all of our profit. Interesting. Because we saw before when we did 100% income tax that we were never negative because of income tax, or never substantially negative because of income tax. And this is only 90%. This is not 100%, or not supposed to be. So I'm shocked that the income tax is able to actually drag us down like this. I mean, it is less than the combined total income level, so I suppose. Well, we need to get more animals out, or we're gonna lose. Do we do more galleys right now? I mean, we kind of have to, right? Just checking that these are correct, yeah. All right, let's do another round of galleys while we can still afford to. What's more of an illusion, Hammond's controller, this game's economy. Yeah. The biggest illusion is this game having economy, I think. Okay, I like the red. Oops. Wait, are they all the same? Okay, no, they aren't all the same. I was going to say, like, we got the same patterns on these two. Like the male and the female world the same. The blue is very subtle. Doesn't really do much for me. Yeah, we can do at least one of the Paparanas. Pilo or Litho? Let's do... Well, let's do another male in here. Okay. 75,000. We're down to 25. Ooh, you know what I just thought of? Because I'm at capacity on hotels without having a hotel in. Maybe these extra galleys provide no real income because my park is at capacity. Which is probably true. How much is a hotel in this game? Forgot. 100K. Yeah. And I only make 3,000 from photos right now? That's pretty rough. Yeah, maybe the hotel is what I needed to do. Well, too late now. We'll get these guys out and see if we can make any more money. Well, we might lose. Let's jump into the Jeep quickly so we can take a decent picture here at least. But yeah, if we're still in the negative here, that's not gonna work. Okay, that's decent money, actually. I really need that hotel. Is it bad that you can't play this game normally and love playing it modded? Well, I'm playing it modded right now, so no, it's not bad. It's a reasonable thing to do. Well, shit. 27, that's not enough. Okay, we have to scrap something. We're gonna salvage it. We can do this. We kill the hatchery. We put in the hotel. And we see if we salvage the park. Do we have a... We might as well put in the, yeah, the InGen worker accommodation. Oh my god, it's so big. What the fuck? Never mind. We're not going to do that. It's way too large. So all you have to do to make JWE3 hard is turn off a core feature and mod the game to have a billion income tax, and then you got it. The game is hard now. Everybody has to walk on the dirt. You gotta walk through the sand. Okay, are we 44, 41? We're still bleeding. Wait, the profit level is still scuffed. Because now we're at path capacity. Shit. Mods increase the game's replayability. Oh, hell yeah, they do. Okay, what do we do about path capacity? Maybe we can run a path along here and do something. The annoying thing is when you need extra path capacity and you don't have it naturally, it's really... Okay, we did get it. It's really tedious sometimes to try to get it to work and count. Okay, we're up to capacity again. Maybe I should check and make sure that I'm not on like 100% income tax accidentally somehow. I might do that. Let me double check my files. So this park build has entirely become about understanding how the economy actually calculates numbers unexpectedly. So yeah, income 122, expenses 121, profit per minute 1,000 theoretically, except we only ever lose money because we know those numbers lie and are not accurate. Also, that is the death note. A medical incident right now means we just straight up lose. But we're in sandbox because it's all you can play in, so we can have no integrity and just do a little cash reset. The real reason I want to do this is because here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm curious about. When we look at this tab, right? This is supposed to be 90%, and yet all of our money goes out the door in exactly the same way it did with 100% income tax. That doesn't make sense. So the only thing I can think about is the fact that we're at path capacity. And maybe the game is penalizing us for the visitors we don't have. Maybe income tax is being calculated off of what the income would be with our current appeal if we had the paths correctly configured. So we're just getting boned. If that's the case, I don't hate that as the way it functions. It doesn't make any sense, but it does make it more difficult. But it does mean we can't salvage this park build. It's literally impossible because contracts are disabled for us to salvage this park. Short of maybe like deleting everything. But like, that's not good either. So yeah, with that happening, okay, first things first. Can we maybe research better paths? Because that could also be useful. That is under... No, 400 guests needed. We can't do that yet. Yeah, they did mess up territory decay in Jeeps and JWE2, but like, is any of that stuff actually really fixed in this game? Because I actually don't know. Territory decay has not been as much of a thing, but we haven't built the kind of sprawling parks necessarily that we built into. Or sprawling enclosures, I guess, maybe you'd say. Where are we going to put medical in this heap? I definitely didn't give myself enough space to do anything here, especially with these paths. Let's just try to get profitable. No, I need to get medical in here. I can't not get medical in here. We have to research that too, right? Operations. Medical is auto research in this game. I knew that. I didn't, but let's pretend I knew that. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out a place to put this. All right, so we went and put in a little section over here on this ledge with medical, another viewing gallery to stretch out the park a little bit for path capacity. And we're sending a medical now to deal with this. Tuberculosis, of course. Of course. Why would it not be tuberculosis? I need a welfare point. So do we just do staff upgrades first? Probably. Better than hiring a whole new person. Could there be a reason why someone has both tropical and redwood foliage? Like, in-universe a reason why? Usually people attribute it in-universe to being like a highland, lowland thing. If we're talking about in terms of like doing a map in game, like yeah, mixing both foliage types is kind of out of the realm of current tech seemingly in the game, but it'd be really cool if it wasn't, and you could actually have like half redwood, half jungle map. That'd be neat. Alright, so staff center needs to be in for this to work. Why is everything so big in the Rebirth building set? We'll put it over here. Somewhere? There you go. Alright, you are my designated welfare person, so you get another point. And now we can do tuberculosis. Wow, I need the whole squad on this. That's real rough. We'll just do it. So yeah, this is weird still. We're like very negative, but welfare is penalizing us. So maybe it'll be better once we take our welfare. But still looking pretty rough out here. Not sure if maybe building anything is going to help either. Yeah, because they don't really care about bathroom or shelter here yet. It's not far enough away for that to matter. We do have a slight transport penalty, which could also be sinking us a little bit, but ultimately it's just the welfare penalty, probably. Well, they'll roll out in a minute and start treating it. So we'll come back and check what the economy looks like once they're all treated. So, for some reason, all the green guests are gone. So these have actually been poorly set up for a little while, apparently. So we're fixing these now. Then maybe with this adjustment, we will make money that makes sense. Because maybe this is why I was doing so poorly. Like, again, maybe the income tax is calculated upon theoretically being optimized. Oh, this is... This one just doesn't have a 4 white for product. Interesting. But it has 4 yellow. But there's no 4 white here. Wait, we do this? Or we do this? There we go. Okay. Green arrow. Do you see the arrow go green? 1891? Still 1891? 27.9. No, we went down! Why? No, wait, it says 21,000 profit. It's still, like, climbing, it looks like. That was probably a momentary blip of them, like, somebody, like, refueling or something. Okay. Are we making money? No. What happened? What? This looks just like 100% income tax. Why is it still doing this? This is baffling. So yeah, the profit is evaporated again as the income tax raised to catch up with the level we were at. But I just don't know why it went so high. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call it there. I'm going to see if I can open up the max tax park build. Let's try that. Thank you for the super chat, Ali. I appreciate it. Financing the channel. I very much appreciate it. Alright, so yeah, if we load this in, let's see if this is also in the negative. Because this was 100% income tax, if it loads. All right, so we booted up our old income tax park build from a while back. The ratings, of course, don't match because we modded the ratings to be more difficult for the current park build than what they were in base game. So don't worry about that. What we're looking at is the economy tab, because theoretically they should all be the same. Because these settings here are not modded, so nothing on this tab should be different. So we are currently at path capacity as well. So the real difference here is this squiggle where it stands now. So income tax does appear to be about maybe 90% of what it originally was. Because this was our old profit level, which I think was actually negative, like in terms of real, actual tick-by-tick profit. Because you can't ever exactly trust these numbers. And now it's definitely higher. So this looks to be working. So it looks like whatever it is that's making the income tax feels so high in the new park is specifically early game income tax. Like maybe it's because the park is not optimized on a few fronts in terms of like park appeal or like our guest buildings and stuff. And maybe it'll level itself out and we'll start making a proper profit. So I think what we'll do is I think before next episode, I will go ahead and adjust the income tax. Because we're specifically starting at already 90%. So I think what we could do is we could drop it and start at like 50% and have it ramp up to 90 instead of just immediately going to 90. And that would take care of this. Because part of what I'm doing here with the income tax is I do want to find a value that feels good. That way we don't have to do, random numbers for each park build. We'll have some sort of like numbers, some go-to set of numbers that make the game feel good, make it feel like a Jurassic Challenge mode. So we'll see next time if we can sort this out.